Real 92.7, real music, real talk, real radio, your favorite choice on the FM dial. Happy What's Up Wednesday to you, Albany State University students. We are super elated that it is the middle of the week, and that means we are getting closer and closer to homecoming, reigniting the flame here at Albany State University. Now, this coming Sunday, October 12th, we have the Royal Court coronation, which will be at 2 p.m. on West Campus in the J Building. And on the following Monday, October 13th, we have the Ram Run Homecoming 5K at 7 a.m. And I already told you guys, my coach is making us run in this 5K race for practice. So if I'm going to be there, you guys definitely need to go and pull up there, because some of you guys have already RSVP for this event, and whether you're trying to set a personal PR or you're just trying to get some exercise, this is going to be an amazing event. And our president, Dr. Scott, will also be in this amazing Ram Run Homecoming 5K. We're going to be back with more updates for Homecoming 2025 events, reigniting the flame, coming up in the next 10 minutes or so. At 11:15, we are going to have Mr. Malek Gamble, who is the ASU freshman class Vice President, class of 29. He will be here and we'll be able to interview his impact and role that he is making here at Albany State University. And keep it locked in here on Real 92.7, real music, real talk, real radio. Real 92.7, real music, real talk, real radio, your favorite choice on the FM dial. Thank you guys so much for keeping it locked in here on Real 92.7 with your girl, Deja Lene. And I have a very special guest, Mr. Malek Gamble, who is the ASU freshman Vice President class for our freshmen, and he is also a part of the ASU Anointed Choir. So I definitely wanted to get him on here, and we were going to collab to go more in depth on how his leadership, his impact here at Albany State University is making a difference here. How are you doing today? Thank you so much for joining me.
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing good. We already had like a little conversation, and I love this guy already. Now, what makes you being a Golden Ram so special here?
For me, what makes me being a Golden Ram so special is because when I first got here, not even when I first got here, when I came for orientation, the way it was just like a family-oriented vibe,
yes,
and the way they made you feel at home, and just like knowing that they got your back. And then when I got here, I just felt that even more, and people didn't even know who I was. They just knew I was running for Mr. Freshman.
Mm-hmm.
So with the support from the upperclassmen and the staff and the faculty, it just really made me know that this was home, and it made me feel special. So, yeah.
So where is home?
Okay, so I'm from Hattiesburg, Mississippi, but
Mississippi?
Yes.
Oh my Lord.
But I live in Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay.
Yes.
So I can imagine that 3-hour drive. Were you like nervous to get here, or were you excited to get locked and loaded for your career?
I was excited. I was ready because my dad had already gave me the fundamentals for college, and because he's been to college a long time. So, yeah, I was excited. I was ready for a new chapter.
Now, I interviewed your best friend, as you said, Mr. Freshman, and you are Mr. VP Freshman. So I can imagine how fun it can be running with your best friend on, being in student government and representing the student body. But how has Mr. VP shaped your college experience so far?
It's really opened my eyes and really gave me that sense of leadership, especially from like my mentors like Adam Hatchett, and then the sophomore class president, Landon Davis. They really opened my eyes to what leadership really is, and it's bigger than just like being serious all the time, being like just in your role just for the name. It's fun and it's productive, and it gives you a chance to be a voice for people, your class, and not just your class, but for people around you. So
I'm so glad you said that, because one of my questions is actually going to be, what does leadership look like? Because, leadership is way bigger, like you said, than the title and the position, but the outreach is so important. So, being here, you've only been here for 3 months. What does student life look like, and how would you say you yourself can help improve student life, so you can make sure our students are comfortable, thriving in the classroom and outside the classroom as well?
I feel like student life, since I've been vice president, has really like looked up, and I really I have people come to me about their problems, even no matter where I'm at. It's like I'll be sitting in the caf, and they'll come up to me and be like, oh, so and so, we need this, that, and the third, and I'll really just tell them, hey, let me write it down, or we have town hall meetings for the freshman class, like 2 times a month, and I'll be like, yo, come to the town hall, your voice can be heard. Then also the SGA town halls, and I really just like encourage people to keep trying to use their voice, keep coming to us, because that's what we're there for. we're the bridge between the freshman class, SJ, and then our school in general. And I feel like people really take heed to, like, that's important. To me, that's very important. So
I can imagine like how attentive you have to be when you're walking the campus because like I said, you have your own personal life, but at the same time you understand that you're here for a bigger purpose and you're here to create legacies. So with that being said, because you're running this term, I did ask you earlier, did you think about running again for SGA? But also not just that, what does leadership moving forward look like to you? Well, what does success look like to you if you were to continue to be a leader on this campus?
To the first question, I say it's all in God's plan. Whatever God calls me to do, then that's what He calls
Absolutely.
me to do. What does leadership look like on this campus? It's really just, you got to set yourself apart when you're being a leader. You can't do what everybody else is doing. Like, you can go out, you can have fun, you can still be a college student, but you also have to know your limit. You have to know, like, what to be in and what not to be in. So, like, when they are recording, doing videos and stuff, you got to know, like, to step away and have self-control. You can't be like everybody else when you're a leader on campus because you represent Albany State University. You are one of the faces of Albany State. And what does it look like? One of the faces of Albany State is just doing whatever they want to do and, like, doesn't care. That's not a leader.
Absolutely. I agree because, especially with Albany State going up on the horizon on the map, I would say we all have to make sure that we are very aware of what's going on with our surroundings, but also knowing, like, even if you're at the store up the street or on campus, like, you're still representing the Ramily.
Exactly.
So with that being said, I noticed that you were on the ASU Anointed Choir, and I was just telling him I love seeing people just be able to embrace their God-given talents and gifts and also be able to give back, and you sing. So how is that? Did you already know about the organization, the club when you came here?
Yes, I knew about it. I grew up in the church.
Yes.
Being from Mississippi,
Same.
that's a big thing. And then in Mississippi, there's nothing really to do. But we love the Lord. We serve the Lord. And I knew I could sing from, like, a little child because my whole family sings. Like, it's like a thing. I don't know. I guess it's what they call it, hereditary.
Yeah.
But yeah, I knew I could sing from a child, and I love singing. And I seen they had two choirs, but the gospel choir leans towards me because I feel like you can, with your voice and the voice that I have, you can kind of sing more like yourself rather than in the concert crowd.
Right.
It's just two different things. So I really feel like God called me to do that along with the leadership position.
Have you ever thought about writing an album?
Yeah, I wanted to be, I still want to be a musician. I want to be an artist. But, I got what's ahead of me right now.
Absolutely.
And I'll focus on that when God calls me to focus on that.
Taking it one step at a time. And I love how you said that because I was in a leadership meeting a few weeks ago, and we were basically talking about how we have to make sure that we raise our children to know that it's okay to have multiple passions and to thrive in every single one of them. So I'm really glad that you're picking up on that, but also being patient and knowing, okay, I know when God calls me to, lead more to this side on this impact, then I'll be ready.
Right.
But you already know what you have on your plate as a freshman now. So with that being said, if you could host one event for the freshman class, what would that be?
Something I'm very big on is mental health. Especially being freshmen, it could be really a lot because you're away from home, you're in a new environment, you're around people that you don't know, and sometimes you could get out of control and you could just be missing your family, your friends, anybody. You could just be missing home, and I feel like a lot of kids struggle with kids, but me also. I know a lot of people struggle with that, like being able to talk to people about that, being able to express how they really feel. So a mental health event is really something that I want to do, maybe just like a sit down and talk peer-to-peer, because I feel like some people may not feel like they can go to higher people like student staff or faculty and staff,
right,
or even like the mental health office. They may not feel comfortable doing that, but if you have like other kids who are going through the same thing, it may make you feel more comfortable with talking. So I really feel like a mental health event is something that's really big and something that we're going to do within the freshman class cabinet. We do have events coming up. I'm not going to speak on them yet because it's a surprise.
Okay.
But we definitely have events coming up, so stay on the lookout for that.
I'm glad you said that because, like you said, I feel like sometimes when it comes to us, battling or going through those mental health challenges, the person right next to you or in your circle, is a helping hand, especially like you said, if you don't want to go to great lengths to go to our Albany State University Counseling Accessibility Services. The fact that you said that students are able to just come up to you and voice on, some of the issues that they see here at Albany State University shows that, again, you are accessible and you are worried about, what our students are facing as they're trying to navigate through class, personal life. And, I told you with flexibility and adapting here at Albany State University, has there ever been a time where things did not go as planned, and how did you navigate with that?
Yeah, there's definitely been times things didn't go as planned. Like the when I ran for Mr. Freshman and didn't win, I was very happy for Coop. That's my guy right there. But in a sense, well, when we found out who won, I already had like the upperclassmen and mentors coming up to me like, "Yo, you doing great. You need to try to get on the e-board cabinet." Da 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 da. And then they talked to Shania Snowden, who is the freshman class president. Love you, Shania. And they kind of told her like, "Hey, you need to like make him your vice president," and and I really like introduced myself to her and really like kind of played my case of why, and she made me vice president on the spot, and yeah, so it kind of in my mind I had to be like, okay, God got another plan for me. Like This is not the end. This is like we've been here like a week. So I definitely know that something is in store for me. What it was, I did not know until that happened, until I'm in this position now. So it's really just keeping an open mind. Don't get down on yourself when you like something doesn't go your way or things are happening. I feel like just, know who you are. Stay true to yourself. Absolutely. And if you're religious, call on the Lord. If that's, your thing, definitely call on the Lord because he will answer. So.
And I'm glad you mentioned that too, because I noticed here in college, when everybody is trying to find their way, sometimes we go over delay does not mean denial. Exactly. And not to give up just because one door has not closed. So I'm glad that you didn't let, one door keep you from still showing up for yourself and the student body.
Exactly.
So with that being said, homecoming is coming up very soon. Is this your first homecoming?
This is my first homecoming in college, yes, but not my first college homecoming, but kinda, because it's like I'm actually fully in it this time. So
how do you feel about that?
I really feel good. I'm excited. I'm ready to see what this next week brings.
Are you gonna be in the parade?
Yes.
Okay, guys, the parade is this Sunday? Oh no, the parade is on Saturday, October 18th. From 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. So make sure you see our Mr. VP art. Now, did you guys build a huge
I don't even know.
What?
I don't know yet.
I'm super excited because I've actually never been to the homecoming parade that you guys have had. So I can imagine, the thoughts going through your head to be representing in such a huge space.
Yeah, I'm excited. It definitely gives me a chance to it's really oh my goodness, I'm really in this position. I'm really making an impact.
Right.
So the parade is really bigger than just the floats and stuff. It really gives us a chance to showcase all the leaders on campus, yes, all the clubs and organizations. So
wow,
yeah, it's going to be very fun, exciting.
That is. And honestly, like I said, I am really proud of all that you're doing here at Albany State University. It doesn't go unnoticed. And again, being able to show up and live out the gifts and talents and your worth here at Albany State University is going to not only bridge the gap for you, but also students to come here at Albany State University. Yes. This is Real 92.7, and we got Mr. Malek Gamble, VP Class Freshman President. And I want to say that we're going to try to have you back very soon after homecoming again, after everything slows down. But what advice would you give to our freshman students since we are in the second half of our semester? Yes. That's crazy.
Facts. Some advice I would give them is stay true to yourself, stay focused, surround yourself with people who are like you, like-minded people. If you have those people that are not going to check up on you, or they're not going to tell you when you're wrong, or they're not going to tell you when you're right either, then you kind of need to reevaluate your circle, roll with people who are like you. Also, just stay focused, and I say try to get involved. Don't just sit in your room all the time, because that really doesn't get you anywhere. Also, build those relationships with people, because college, yeah, you come to get your degree, yeah, you come to do all this, but having those relationships is what gets you those jobs after college. That's what gets you those opportunities in college too. So definitely do that. Be out there. So yeah.
So you heard it from Mr. VP. Go ahead, I am too.
Oh, I was just gonna say but.
Go Ramley.
Yes.
I am so grateful, and thank you so much for the encouraging words. I definitely needed that myself this morning. So this is Real 92.7. Go ahead and shout out your socials for us.
You can follow me on Instagram at Leek Tamarcio, LEKTAMAREESO _ on Instagram, and that's really where I be at.
Go follow him, y'all, and stay tuned with Mr. VP. This is Real Music, Real Talk, Real Radio. It's your girl, Deja Lene, and it's
Malek Gamble.
And we'll be back soon with more updates here on Real 92.7, Real Music, Real Talk, Real Radio. Real 92.7, Real Music, Real Talk, Real Radio, your favorite choice on the FM dial. It's your girl, Deja Lene, and I have another special guest with me who has been here for part 1. She's back for part 2, Miss Mimi Harris. How are you doing today?
You know, being transparent, it hasn't been the best morning, but
I literally just said the same thing.
But we're still here. So
Thank God.
we still have some more living to do and some more things to accomplish. So
Yes.
it's all good.
We're going to take it second by second, hour by hour.
Yeah.
But for my topic today, I wanted to really deep dive into pressure is a privilege when you are facing your challenges. Because I feel like, you know, it's easier said than done to plan your goals and your dreams and aspirations. But when we hit that challenge, sometimes we can fall flat on our face. But also we realize like that's the time where God can really reveal like the weaknesses that we have and allow him to shape and mold us and to build our character. So what experience or what can you say to that, attest to that?
Yes. So actually something I'm processing right now, and that like kind of affected some of my morning is I'm in a boot right now, and it's my senior year, you know, and I just am trying to finish it out and play well. So just dealing with that. And recently I prayed for faith, and like sometimes when your prayer gets answered, it comes in a different form than what you want it to look like. And mine came in the form that I'm just learning how to be a better teammate and like learn from the sidelines until like I will be back playing soon,
Yes.
just not right now. So just learning that. And something in James 1, it talks about that faith produces perseverance, and that's really just stuck with me throughout this entire injury because I've been struggling. I'm not gonna lie, like I literally cried like an hour ago. So yeah, it's just like something I just keep in the back of my mind, like everything that you have, every piece of adversity that you face, it only builds you up more and just allows you to see that like the Lord trusts you with that battle, because if he didn't give it to you, he wouldn't think like highly enough of you as his child. Like, she can handle this, she can endure this, and she can bring more people to my kingdom if I give her this. So
Mimi, listen, I don't know if God knew that we were going to be in sync and stuff, but he literally just told me on Sunday to read more in depth about James 1, because I love how you said how patience will help develop your character because you're going through a really challenging time. But also, like, for James 1, I was in this weird concept because he was telling us, like, you know, be of good cheer when you do go through trials and tribulations, because you know it's like building your character, and it can be a time where we can try to find joy in the midst of that, which can be really weird because who wants to try to find joy when you are going through something that you truly don't understand why you're going through it. But I believe like when God brings you out of this injury, but you're going to heal, then you'll be able to think like, you know, I learned so much in that space. The pain is temporary, but what you're going to learn from that lesson, you'll be able to move forward and possibly help somebody else who may have to go through that as well. You know what I mean? So also getting into that, how do you still value excellence and responsibility when we are cherishing our gifts and talents, showing up for ourselves?
I think of it as obedience, and one of my like church leaders here in Albany, he told me that you want to have the obedience to receive your gift, and then you want to pray for the wisdom to be able to maintain it once you receive it, because you're like, you know, you don't want to get a blessing and then you're not equipped with the tools to be able to keep it. So it's like, say you want to be a better friend, you have to lose some friends before you can be a better friend. So it's just like things like that. Like, you know, I had to get injured in order to be like a better teammate and know how to just have patience and know that I can support in a different capacity other than just playing on the court. So, you know, just examples like that. So
I agree, because I feel like I'm in this weird space for my senior year where God is taking me a timeline to actually slow down, because I like to get things fast. I like to reach my blessings really fast. But I feel like, you know, since God is slowing me down to realize, like, you know, pay attention to the small details that I'm doing in your life. Like, you being able to wake up and go to work and be in your right mind, like, that's a blessing within itself. And you being able to, like, learn yourself as you grow every single day is also a blessing. Because, you know, sometimes we want to have it all figured out. We want to understand what the bigger picture looks like already. But like you said, being able to slow down and just, you know, breathe and know that God is still with you even when you're going through the midst of those trials and tribulations really helps. So, how do you remain strong? I wrote down, how do you remain strong during challenges? And how does that help shape who we are becoming or who God has called us to be?
Honestly, this might sound really weird, but I see it like as a privilege to be able to go through trials and tribulations because like I said earlier, that shows that like one, the Lord trusts me enough as his daughter to be able like to cause me to endure things because one, he knows that he'll be with me along the way and I won't, like whatever the battle is, he's already gone before me, he's already won it. So now it's just my time to participate and execute the plan, whatever that is. And it's just also like, he says, you know, he would never leave us nor forsake us. And also he gives us a community around us, that will like, will just never let you fall in the water. Like you might think you're about to drown, but I promise like you will like maybe like suffocate a little bit, but you're never going to drown. Like you're never going to lose your air, lose your footing. Like it's always going to be okay. And just get to see it as a privilege that everyone can't be in your position and everyone has a different cost of their oil. Like I see it as like my oil has just a value that I have to go through some things to be able to just achieve that value and achieve that cost. So, and even though those things do hurt, I'm not going to sit up here like lie, you know, like, oh, life is peaches and cream. Because like literally like today and just like, honestly, this week has just been a little tough, but you see it as like this week is tough, but next week it might be a bliss. So, you know, you just have to keep that in mind and just know that like, your calling is higher, but sometimes also like your requirements are also higher because to whom much is given, much is required.
Much is required.
And I'm telling you, when I say much is required, it's
much.
I wish there was a word I could say more than much, but a lot is required.
And I'm glad
like
you said that because one thing I'm also learning too is like God is really showing us how to be able to adapt because you know God is not just a God of like now but also like evolving because we're always growing, we're always trying to reach the next level. But again, I realize like God does not want us to stay stagnant and complacent, which sometimes, you know, I can sit in one season for too long and God is like, nope, it's time to get ready. I'm like, no, I'm not ready yet. Like, I don't know if I'm ready yet. But like you said, when God has already like set the standards for yourself and he already knows your destiny, he already knows your purpose and your calling. He's like, I've already equipped you to be able to move forward. I already knew before you were born that you were going to have to go through what you're going through now, but I still called you and I still have ordained you for that position. And I like how you said that we are purposely positioned in the midst of a dark world and we're learning how to be the light because we don't have it all figured out, but that's when we are able to really call on God and, you know, tell him like, I need help. I don't have it all together because, you know, I want to be a hyper independent woman sometimes, y'all, but God is like, no, you can still call on me in your weaknesses and stuff like that. Do you agree?
I do.
So with that being said, I also wanted to get into, for our second half of the semester, what is like your thought process on how to move forward? Being able to know like I've reached this far, but I'm still in transition right now.
For the second half of my semester, I'm really focusing on obedience and I've just been like seeing signs like when you really sit down and listen, you really like hear his voice and sometimes he speaks through other people and you just have to like really like sit there and listen to it and sometimes like it'll come like days later like I'll just like be sitting in my bed like I can't sleep and I'm like that's what you were trying to tell me.
Right.
And it's like sometimes like the answer to like your problem or the answer to your prayer is literally obedience and it does look different every day but just trying to stay on the path that I have because also I remember that like if I'm disobedient that means that the people that I'm supposed to encounter I'm supposed to impact like they won't be able to reap their blessings because I didn't go along with the plan that was in front of me. So just remembering that it's bigger than me and just being obedient and everything else will follow for the next few months so and beyond.
I agree with you because like I said, I think one of the ways that God is trying to call us out of is being selfish and not really like paying so much attention to the circumstances and the trials and tribulations that we go through, because sometimes we can get in like this isolation phase where we just don't really know how God is going to maneuver us. And especially when you are trying to help other people as well. But just being able, like you said, to sit with him and allow him to give you that daily bread, because I can definitely tell when my life is going insane because I haven't sat down and I haven't like taken that time to like really refresh and stuff like that.
I just watched that video you made too.
No, I'm serious.
On TikTok.
No, I'm so serious. Like it's
it's
really so important, especially like since both of us have really busy schedules and whatnot. So with that being said, homecoming is also coming up, as you know. So what advice would you give yourself or to other students who also want to be able to have fun but stay disciplined, but also make sure you cherish those memories?
Yes. Okay. I have a few tips. The first one is don't be a follower. Like, just being transparent. Like, it's really easy to just fall into, like, oh, you see somebody next to you taking a shot, hitting a blunt. Am I supposed to say that? Well, too late now, but yeah.
It's real. It's real.
But
girl.
it's real, though. Like, this is real advice. But, like,
Yes.
just know, like, because people around you are doing it, you don't have to do something. Like, you can have your own path, but still, like, be close in proximity to other people's paths.
Learning how to say no.
Exactly. Like,
I'm
there's
working
really,
on it, guys.
Me too. There's power in saying no, and there's power in being yourself. Like, it might be lonely at times, but there's really power in it. And I promise you, like, you don't want to have like a temporary high or a temporary feeling as opposed to just long-lasting joy. Like, it might be hard to say no in the moment, but it's like with a lot of sins. Like, it's like temporary joy, but you have something else that can be eternal. So it's really just not worth it. 2, I would say follow your gut, especially like being aware of your surroundings and everything. Like, if you feel something in your stomach, like, maybe I should go home.
Something's off.
Just follow it. Like, if you start seeing people moving fast in the corner, like, maybe you don't have to stay at that function. If it's J-Lane Theater, baby, you can go from J-Lane Theater or Sand Trap 5.0. Like, you could go. So then, like, you can still, like, you can still go and be there, but just, like, when it's time to go, go. Yes. And then also, 3, just remember, like, if you're debating, like, do I want to do something, like, are you scared? Just before you go, say a prayer, like, and realize that you don't want to live in fear. Like, the devil wants you to live in fear, but you don't want to do that and let him win that battle. You want to live in faith that everything will be okay and you will come back the same way that you left and everything will be okay. And just know, like, when's the next time you'll have, like, these memories with these people and just all of the above. So just go out, make the memories, pray before you go, have discernment, and everything will be okay. So.
Yes, because we really want you guys to enjoy your Reigniting the Flame homecoming here. But as Mimi said, you definitely want to be intentional with your decisions. If you go with the group, make sure you leave with the group and to have fun and cherish those memories, but be vigilant. I would say be sober. But I know sometimes, again, the groups and surroundings, we know what can happen sometimes at homecoming, but just be aware of your surroundings. Have fun, guys. And we are coming to the top of our show, and I want to say thank you so much, Mimi, for coming on the show. You actually helped me because I had a really rough night and morning, so you definitely gave me my morning inspiration. I'm not going to cry because I definitely needed it.
There's power in tears, though.
There is. Your tears literally grow flowers.
Oh, also, I meant to say, too, stay with the person with the keys. Like, if you know you didn't drive, stay with the person with the keys. Like,
why is that so real?
Sorry, I just, like, thought about that real quick when we said, like, stay. I was like, hold up, don't leave the driver. Like,
no, I'm not even going to get into the stories, but there was a time where, yeah, just
stay with whoever got the keys. If you have them, you stay with everybody else.
Literally. But guys, this is Real 92.7, Real Music, Real Talk, Real Radio. I'm getting ready to go to Alabama with my Lady Cross Country Rams. So we are going to wrap this up. And I'm your girl, Deja Lene.
Mimi Harris.
And shout out your socials.
Oh, so my Instagram is my name, MIMIHARRISS. And then my TikTok is the same, but 1 extra S, so 3 S's.
You guys have a very beautiful Wednesday. We're going to see you soon, and she will be back very soon, guys. I know you love her. And this is Real 92.7, Real Music, Real Talk, Real Radio, your favorite choice on the FM dial. Coming up, we got my girl, Fal, who will be on air, so you definitely don't want to skip this channel. See you guys soon. Thank you so much, girlie.
That was good.